Good evening, friends. As usual, my name is Vivek Prakash, and we are again back with another episode of this program with an interesting topic on organization structure. I feel you will find it is more interesting because it is less academic and more what you may be feeling. So for the newcomers who may be joining it first time, the project management webinar is a weekly webinar. We do it every Tuesday at 8 p.m., 8 to 9 p.m. And the idea behind that is to people to understand project management, nitty-gritties of project management, and understand how this can be applied. What are the concepts of project management? Sometimes we'll deep dive into those. Sometimes we'll learn the experience of the other people. So understand the concepts. And if we are looking for academic achievement like PMP certifications, they get additional preparation through this program, besides their normal training program. And the people who are already PMP certified, they can get PDUs out of it. There are two ways, as like Kalyan was just explaining, that two ways to achieve PDUs. One is you can attend this program and get one PDUs every week. And second is you can also contribute. Like I am sharing some knowledge which I have. Maybe many of you have knowledge. You don't need to be a very knowledgeable person as such. Even one thing you know quite good, and you know that you know better than the other people and can share. You can get not one PDUs, not two PDUs, maybe 4 or 5 PDUs, depending upon how much efforts you're going to put. So that will be a good bonus for the people who are already certified. So basically, we call it that imbibe and certify, apply, and thrive. And we want that every project manager should thrive. So we take a mix of academic and practical topics and discuss both sides of this. Today, we'll discuss more on the practical side. And because everybody feel the heat of organization structure. Every organization has some kind of structure, and that structure has some kind of advantage and some kind of disadvantage. Now, we often take advantage for grant actually. And normally we don't bother too much about the advantages. What bother us is the disadvantage. इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में तो ऐसा ही होता रहता है. I don't know how to get rid of this. And all projects have this kind of things. We often tell this thing when we are working in an organization, and when we change one organization to another organization, and if the structure is changed, we always remember what was good in the previous organization and how we are suffering in the new organization. This is always be the case. So today we will be discussing that from where these pains are coming. And we will also be recognizing the benefits we are getting, but may not be recognizing them. Okay, so today's presentation or webinar has very few slides, but a lot on the paper and a lot on the discussion as such. And so we'd like you contribute when the time will come and respond to the call for that. Okay. So and anytime you have questions, I'm pretty sure you will be having questions on this, because it's a matter of feeling the pain actually. So put your questions in the chat. Kalyan is already there, so he will be seeing that. Maybe some of them he will answer himself, and some we will take up, which will take a little time. Maybe writing one liner may not be sufficient in that case. Right? So we are looking about what are the organization structure and their influence on project execution. Right? They largely affect the complete project, but project managers get the most of the heat of these structure, because he is something uh, has to organize or manage the things. And if there are negative aspects of it, which will always be there, this become very difficult for project managers. But I think after this webinar, you will appreciate advantage and disadvantage both, and will be ready to handle both. Okay. So let's get into this. There's some symbolic image which I have put up. Maybe you get some idea in your mind, some kind of imagination you can do, right? But the primary slide which I am going to put up after this, I just tell you what I have on the agenda, that what are the primary organization structure, what are the advantage and disadvantage of these structure, uh, when and what is the scenarios are the right scenarios where we should think of bringing change in the organization structure. And the most important thing is this, how to exploit the advantages and address disadvantage. If you can do this, as I said, you will be appreciating both advantage as well as disadvantage, right? So like my primary the slide is this, and mostly I will discuss on this, and I will explain what is the functional matrix in project oriented organizations are. So if you look at it, there's some comparison which is given. From where this comparison is coming, I'm going to discuss that. But primarily, if you see, there are two kinds of organizations. One is functional organization, another is projectized organization. If you have a scale, then on one side, it will be functional. On the other side, it will be project oriented. And there are a lot of variation of function and project oriented blended approach. A lot of variations of that. We all call them a matrix. Many places you also have, I think, learned about the weak matrix, strong matrix, right? Weak matrix is more towards functional, and strong matrix means it is more towards projectized. We call it project oriented or PM oriented, but I think lovely word is projectized, though you cannot find this word in English, but all languages are open for new words. And I think let's use this, because looks very smart as such, small and easy to use. Maybe the dictionary will automatically adopt it. Okay, so let's look at this, and I will bring a whiteboard for you to see that how we can understand this. Look at this. Okay, I have got this a little putting some notes. So we will first talk about the functional organization. By the way, before I explain, let me ask you, what do you think the functional organization is? You can put your points in the chat, or if you think it is difficult to put it, you want to speak out, please speak out also. Can you put some words? What do you think a functional organization is? What a functional organization is? Put your thought here. You can speak out also. You can put your words in the chat also. Let me hear something before I explain this, or I will bring, because your ideas can also get merged with that. Can you put this in chat or speak out? Yes, functional organization mean the focus is on function performed. Okay, so explain the functions also. Matrix mix from different function with cross-functional team. Okay, I didn't understand what is this. I'm asking for what is a functional organization? They don't have dedicated project manager. Okay, technical managers handle the project management role. Okay, there are technical managers. Okay, function is more specific team based on their roles. Okay, okay, okay.
Maybe simply put, by known everybody knows is that departments, the functions which are homogeneous skill sets grouped together.
It
That is
is
what it
based
is.
on, yeah, area of expertise, skills. Okay, yes, great, great thoughts.
Yeah, and can we also say that a functional organization is an institute where their focus is on getting the job done, irrespective of their domain expertise?
You mean to say that their primary in the functional organization, primary
Yeah,
thing is to get the job done.
that's all.
Okay, okay, okay. But why is it
That's
called
just my
functional organization
understanding.
then? Why is it called functional organization?
That's a very good question. I'll think about it.
Okay, sure. Come back. Okay. So structure is functional based such as marketing, supply chain. Okay, 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 okay. Hmm. Okay. Fair enough. I think quite good, I think opinion has come. Let me uh, put it, what is functional organization? So what functional organization look like is something like, you see, organizations have departments like something like this. Okay, something like R&D, research and development, production, right? And probably supply chain. Somebody was saying supply chain and something like I will
Like
say HR,
finance, HR, you will have finance function.
finance, right? And each function has its own resources. Each function has functional managers. We call it FM or HODs. Either you call them FM or HODs, right? Either they call functional manager or head of the departments. And each these people have their own resources. Every organization have, every function have resources. Dedicated resources, so dedicated that they will join this department as a fresher and retire from here. You join supply chain as a fresher, and most probably you may retire as a VP of of supply chain, something like that. So they are so dedicated. Now, because of this dedication, they are highly skilled because they do day in, day out this. That's why some people says skill based. Some people say like supply chain, production, etc. based. So I would just the department which I have given here are just for example purpose. There could be several other departments also. Okay, somewhere there will be a project department also separately, but pure functional organization may not have a project department. But what happens, you look at this, what happens actually? What happens that projects are projects. They are not like go with kind of, they are not done by one department or two departments. Projects require contribution from all the departments. So projects normally go like this across departments. Something like that. You say A, P1, P2, something like that. And there will be a project manager, or largely we call them project coordinator. Even if designated as project manager, his authority may not be more than a project coordinator. Why it is? Because this project, when the projects run in a functional organization, the people do not come to project. The project work go to people. So what happens? So there is a, I will say, you will see that there is a some work is here, and so any work related to R&D will go to R&D department. Some work related to production will go to production. Some work going to supply chain will go to supply chain, HR to HR, and finance to finance, and so on. Nobody comes here and sit here. Okay, this is not. The work is assigned to the department, not even to the resources. So project manager, which we are talking about, may not be knowing exactly who is working on the project. Now look at the project manager or project coordinator who doesn't even know who is working, how he's going to control the work. So the control is very, very poor on the project. So what happens? This resource is assigned so it goes to functional manager. Functional manager assign the work to this resource, right? Then this go to HOD, he assign this to this one. Similarly, this is assigned, this is assigned, this is assigned, maybe 2 people also, you never know. Now, these people are working on your projects, but they report to whom? They report to department head. They report to department head, report to functional manager. They don't report to you. So, because they don't report to you, the work they are doing is on the instruction of department head. So department has not only the project work, there are other work also. The department work also. Plus, there are many projects, right? You just saw here. There are many projects. There are another project here, right? There are another project here. His work is also there, right? So department has to leak. Okay, there are 3 projects, 4 projects, 5 projects. This work will be done by him. This work will be done by him. This work, right? Irrespective of what kind of project is this and who is most appropriate. The priorities of a functional manager and HOD do not consider anything what is in the project. Maybe something is very, very important may be considered, but largely all priorities are driven by functional priorities, not the project priorities. So something which can be taken later may be taken earlier. Something which should be taken earlier may be taken later, because that is how functional manager can manage it easily. So it's not about how the project will get executed or how the project is important. It's about what is the department. If it is a pure functional organization, even PC may be non-existent. There will be no MyBAP. There will be no project coordinator, no owner of the project. Project will run automatically if this person has done, it will push to this. It will push to this. This will complete the work, push to this. This will complete the work, push to this. And the project will be done on some fine day, irrespective of when the customer want, what the customer want, who will listen, when it should be delivered. So the projects are generally delivered on a randomly basis, generally beyond committed date. Generally beyond committed date. So there are, from the project point of view, it is the functional, managing a project in a functional organization is quite difficult. Now, where this challenge is coming? What kind of organizations are functional organizations? Have you seen manufacturing organization? A lot of manufacturing is more largely manufacturing organizations are departmental driven, functional driven. even though they do projects. So I have seen a lot of my clients, a lot of organizations are manufacturing organization, because manufacturing organization by default is department wise a functional organization. They themselves also organize as functional organization. And while there is nothing production, there is no operation driven. A functional organization is very efficient in for operations like production, but may not be very efficient for project execution. Because many big organizations are production driven, like Unilever, like Toyota, like Honda, like Ford, like so many consumer companies, so many auto companies. They are all production driven and they are all functional organization, because it may be better organization for operations. But my organization is small. We do only projects. I'm not supposed to be functional, but I am functional because I think I'm a manufacturer. So I should be structured like Toyota, like Unilever, like this or that. And I never thought that managing project will be very difficult, and my bread and butter are project. So these anomalies you will find a lot in the manufacturing organization, and they are suffering. Okay. Now let's look at the other side of the organization. Right, I will come to this the pros and cons, and if you want, let me move to like little their pros and cons also. We can see in the, so what are the functional organization advantage? Highly skilled manpower, right? Functional disciplines are there, and their continuity, because the person the person join the department and retire from the department, and they change department but very infrequently, right? Flexibility in using the manpower, not this one, you take it, because there are several of manpower available. You can either get it done from either of them. Good control over the personnel, because personnel report to only one functional manager and completely owned by them. Communication channel are also set within the function. Outside of function, the communication channels are not very good. But there are disadvantages, especially from the project point of view. No individual is directly responsible for total project. Pure functional organization. If it is a little mature functional organization, you may find a project coordinator. Not beyond that. Chance finding a project manager is very difficult. Right? So there is no emphasis on the project. Response to the customer need is very slow. Nobody knows who will handle this. Right? A customer wants something. Nobody knows who should handle it. Okay, difficult in pinpointing the responsibility. Who is responsible for the project delay? Everybody can blame it to each one, other one, right? Decisions are normally favored by the strongest functional group, because there is no owner of the project. Coordination is complex because there is no authority. Project has a tendency to fall behind schedule. As I said, generally the project are delayed. Let me go back to the drawing board and let's see the other things, right? So let's look at this and see this. Okay, this is the projectized. Now, if you look at the projectized one, you will see what is the projectized organization. A typical projectized organization. A typical projectized organization means there is a big pool of resources. There will be a resource manager or HR, and all resources are there in this function. All resources, irrespective of what your skill is. You report to one HR or one resource manager. When a project come, a PM is assigned from resource pool, and the resources are also assigned to this project. So they all come into this project and report to project manager. All report to project manager. There is no other work than this project, only on this project. We can say it is technology A project. Another project come, technology B project. A PM is assigned from here. Okay, and then other resources, all coming from here, right? And all are reporting to PM, right? And when this project is over, when a project is over, they will go back to the pool. And what they are doing in this pool? This pool is a free pool, doing nothing. Doing nothing. So waiting for the next project to come. And the next project come, which is technology C. A PM is assigned from here, and you don't find any C technology people, or one or two only. So they are assigned to one or two. But what about the other resources? So we do not have resources of C technology, but we have resources of A technology because this project is over. This project is already over and we have several resources available. Either the organization has asked to A technology resources to go because they are free, they are not, there is no other work, and recruit the new C technology people, which will be very difficult, telling people to go out and then recruiting new people. So the simple job is done, which is called a skill converter, right? So these people go into this as A and come out as C and become C, right? And they deputed here, all reporting to the same people, right? When this project is getting over, these people come over here. A new D project has come. PM is assigned. B and A become D. So B and A become D from the skill converter, means a training. So after 4 or 5 project, every resource will become A, B, C, D. That is jack of everything, but master of nothing. So what is happening? What is happening? That a technology organization does not have a technical people. A technology organization does not have technical people. Now, technology suffers, though people are dedicated here. All are dedicated, all are reporting to PM. One single PM, full authority, all are dedicated to resources to the project, but skill is missing. Skill is a problem. While in the functional organization, if you see, in a functional organization, if you see that skill was strong, but the dedication was not there. There was no PM, there was no reporting, there is no dedicated person. So the project was suffering because there is no importance to the project, but there are skillful people. In the project organization, what is happening? Dedication is there, single reporting to single PM. PM has full authority, but skill is missing. Second, when project get over, the people are more worried about their next assignment than the project. So you will sign, instead of giving a finishing touch to the product, they are actually worried about their next assignment. They're not bothering about finishing touch. They're about what is the next project. Nobody wants to sit idle in the pool. They want, and nobody want to become B to C and C to D. They find that is there any project around which B and I can get absorbed there. Normal tendency. So what happens? This also has some kind of advantage and disadvantage. You can see that there are many advantages: provided complete authority over the project, strong control through a single project authority, right? Project manager, team directly report to project manager, team demonstrate loyalty to the project, good control over the personnel, each employee by the project manager, completely customer focus, but if customer give you a technical challenge, you will get into a trouble because you will not find a champion of the technology to sort out the issues. flexibility, cost, performance can be managed easily. A strong communication channel. There is only project manager and the team who has to discuss. Nothing else is required. But they are disadvantages. There is a tendency of holding the resources. Because if the resource goes, it go to free pool, anybody else can pick up. So I will not allow because I may need it, right? Technology suffer as I'm saying it. Company's capability of new program is hampered. As I said, there is nobody in the whole organization who is developing technical skills. So future technologies, the company laggard actually in that. Lack of opportunity for technical interchange because technology is not even focused. There is nobody who is doing this. I'm talking about pure projectized organization. Okay, do not compare with the organization. Probably it may not be pure projectized. Lack of opportunity, lack of career opportunity. The person become A, B, C, D. The person think after four, 5 projects, where am I going? What is my future? If I exit the organization, go, what should I tell where I'm expert of? I'm expert of nothing. Right? Little control of the functional specialist because there is no my power. Now look at the third one. What happens in the third one? Right? So matrix. Now matrix, why matrix is required? Why matrix is required? Matrix required because of problem which we are facing in the projectized organization or in functional organization. In functional organization, we need dedication. In projectized organization, we need skilled. So, because in the projectized or in the functional organization, we need dedication. So they look towards projectized organization because there are dedication there. There are dedicated resources. There is a full authority there. So they look forward for full authority. But on the projectized organization, the skill is not there. How to get a skill address, how to have people who are focusing on developing future generation. So what happens? They develop free pools. In the free pool, they get segmentized. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, or anything. So this will become function 1, function 2, function 3, function 4, function 5, or something like that. Okay? And then you have resources here, resources here, resources here, and resources. They are dedicated resources, and functional manager's job is to develop technology and technological resources. And how the project will happen? Project goes across the function. This is how it is. So they will be like this. And the resources, so if there is a PM function, let's say this is a PM function, a project manager will be deputed here. Function 2, 2 resources are required. These 2 resources come over here. This one resource will come over here. This one resource come over here. These 2 resources will come over here. This is your team. They are deputed on the project. So there is a PM here, and they all are reporting to PM. But they are owned by functional manager. So they also owned by functional managers. So functional manager may own them, but they are deputed on the project, dedicated, reporting to project manager. So project manager has full authority with respect to the project. But when it comes to the technical skill, development of the resource, future of the resource, career of the resource, it is the functional manager's responsibility. And we call them matrix organization because they form a matrix. Another project come over here. another PM come over here, another resource come over here, another resources come over here, another resource come over here, another resource come. And they all are reporting to project manager and also part of the function. So what will happen when the project will get over? They will not be like, they will not be like, I will say, no, without any home. They have a home. They go back to their functions. When the project is over, they go back to their function. So they have a home where there's somebody who is developing their career, who is developing their technical skills, who are taking care of them. So they don't worry about their future as much as in the projectized organization. This looks a balanced approach. You are getting the skills as well as the dedication, right? They are dedicated and they are skilled also. So both things are addressed. But you know, when both things are addressed, there are new problems come out from the blue. What kind of these? There is a dual reporting, right? Reporting to PM, reporting to FM. Managing one manager is not easy. You are managing two managers. That too, a poor resource doesn't know management. And then disownership, not owning the problem. If there is a problem, customer report a problem to PM. PM does not own it. What it says, it is a problem with this resource. The problem with this resource, this functional manager is responsible for it. And he escalates the matter to all other people saying that functional people are not supporting the project, that project is suffering. Now what happens? When you blame the other person, you get the blame back. The functional manager says, no, our resource is working absolutely fine. We are fully supporting. There is no issue. It is the project manager doesn't know how to manage customer. Are you seeing that what is happening in you with you also sometimes? So both are escalating the matter against each other. Instead of collaborating, they are competing and having a strong conflict. So there are a lot of opportunity for conflict. There are a lot of opportunity for competing and blaming each other and escalations. The whole scenario become too political. Communication become too complex. There are too many stakeholders. One project manager, one project, and so many stakeholders. This. And a lot of them are administrative. They have nothing to do so much with the project deliveries. So a stakeholder is there interfering into the matter without having any active contribution and creating a mess in the project. And everybody wants to show his importance, that he is important, especially the person who is not important. So he wants to attraction. He does something which create attractions and hurt the project. So managing project in a matrix organization may not be easier despite having skilled and dedication. A lot of politics, a lot of name calling, a lot of conflicts, a lot of issues. Despite you have resources, skilled resources, carrier of the resources, dedicated people, dedicated project manager, full authority. I think many of the organizations are matrix, and many of you may be feeling this day in, day out, right? May feeling day in, day out. Let's look at some advantage and disadvantage of these things. So in a matrix organization, project manager maintain the maximum project control over the project. Functional managers are there to support the project primarily, but they interfere. And they have to because they are getting blamed for non-performance, right? Project manager has full authority, right? Because key people can be shared, project cost can be optimized because there is a resource which is with the functional, he can share with the different projects as such. Authority and responsibility are shared. As I said, some authorities are with the project manager, but some are with the functional managers. Team generally demonstrate loyalty to the project, but they face the problem because the feedback is given by the project manager, but the appraisal is written by the functional manager. They have to keep both the ends happy. Largely it is customer focused, but a lot of administrative work also comes. So what is the disadvantage? There are a lot of disadvantages also. High number of stakeholders involvement. More stakeholders, more complex. Company-wide organization structure is not cost-effective because more people than necessary are required, primarily primitive, that is the number of stakeholders. Complex communication, so many people are there. More effort than time are needed initially to define the policy and procedure because so many stakeholders are there. You have to spend a lot of time in policies and procedures and SOPs, how it will be done, still people do not follow. Management goal may be different than the project goal because different stakeholders, different managers, their goal may be different. And they all try to achieve their goal through project. So project goal becomes second and therefore become challenging. Team has dual reporting potential for continuous conflict. Functional manager may be biased according to their own set of priorities. As I said, they have contribution, but very minimal, but they get blamed. So they get involved and say, we will manage it. Forget about it. Okay. Rapid response time is challenging because a lot of stakeholders are required. Project manager get early response, but the response has to be given by technical people. They have get to involve other people for attention and may not be quickly respond. So the challenges are there in every kind of things, right? Now look at this. So either this, or this. It does not matter. You have advantage and disadvantage of both the sides. Now, I have a little question for you, a poll, especially I will say a poll for you. Okay, so respond to this poll. There are two questions in this. And so answer both the questions and probably you can have some interesting statistic to watch. Okay, so be honest in responding. Nobody knows who has selected what. Okay, so don't worry about it. We never get to know who has selected what. And we cannot save these responses. Okay, quickly. Let's respond more. Looking for more responses. Another 30 seconds. I will close it. Please reply. Only 50% people have replied. Let me tell you, we have no method of identifying who has selected what, and we cannot save these results. You can freely respond. Okay, just 10 seconds. Last 10 seconds. We close this. Last moment. Okay. Okay, I'm closing it. Fair enough. So 80% people have responded. I think it's a good one. and let me show you the interesting results, which you probably be, I'm not sure if you will be expecting. So look at this. The most of the people are working either in the functional organizations or matrix organization. There are very few who are working in projectized organization. It's quite obvious. It's nothing which is any surprising, because projectized organizations are generally very small. Only small organization can be projectized. As you get bigger and bigger, you feel the need of like better utilization and other things, and therefore you become matrix. Despite a lot of challenges, matrix organization is still are more in number, but later lot of non-IT companies are largely functional even today, though they are changing slowly, but still. But look at the second questions. Almost 70% people say that they want their organization structure should be changed. Most of us are not happy with the structure. We feel the pain, and we feel that a lot of management is required because of this structure. Right? Now, let me tell you how to handle this. This is where which I want to point it out, that why I have brought this up. Because in every structure, there will be there are advantage and disadvantage. What you need to do is, when you plan, before executing a project, when the project come to you for execution, make a project strategy. Now, what is a strategy? Project strategy is about how to exploit the positive things, positive side of the project, and how to address the negative side of the project. So list down what all that will support the project, including organization structure. Okay. So there may be environmental factors. There may be many assets, many people, many circumstances, location, etc. Put this down on that this is a positive side, and then there is a negative side. So when you put the positive side, all advantage of your organization structure should be put up there. Now put on the other side is the negative side, which is risk, issues with the project. So put all those things which you think could be a hurdle, could be an issue, could be negatively affect the project. Put this together, okay, on the other side. And all disadvantage of organization structure should fall into this side. Now, when you prepare a strategy that how you're going to exploit the positive side of the project and how you are going to address. You must have a plan to address each and every negative side of the project. And by doing this, I can guarantee you will come out as a winner, irrespective of what type of organization it is. Whether it suits to your project execution or not. You probably may not feel that much of changing the structure when you have control over it. Why we feel that structure should be changed? Because we do not have a control over it. We are not feeling a control over it. Once we have a control over it, then what kind of naughty or mad horse is, if you know how to control it, he's a very energetic horse. You can enjoy that energy because you can control that energy. Right? So let me give you a simple thing to think over and respond back. There is a little situation which is given here, okay, and I look forward for your thoughts. So you can share this in the chat, or you can also speak out if you think that this should be. So any views on this? I feel the biggest problem is the mindset of the people for change. Okay, yes. Organization change is a bigger change actually, going from one comfortable situation to another situation, which is definitely brings some kind of discomfort. Very good, Dolly. Reporting structure to be changed as parallel, functional and project. So reporting structure is could be one of the issue. Another thing is the people's mindset. Okay. What else you think? What are the other things? Okay, RESI need to be written again. Yeah, responsibility will change because others, yes. Training need to be given, but training need to be given. That is the purpose actually, to identify what kind of problems we will face. So if you identify what kind of problems you will face, you know how to address them. Some can be addressed by a training.
Well, one thing is one thing that comes to my mind is
Yes.
yes, people are not allowed to talk to each other in this for production lines.
Hmm.
So if we are to bring them under a single roof, then eventually they will talk, and some secrets might leak out, which the management will not like, which we cannot control, unfortunately. So
Hmm.
that's a major thing which we have to take care.
The major thing which we are talking about is the security,
Yes,
is the confidentiality of the things.
yes,
Okay. But you are driven by the agreement you write, right? So you cannot make the person anyway like a bonded into the into confined into area. He will go home. He will talk to his friend. He can always reveal things to the other people.
he will not reveal things to the other people. Is that what you're saying?
No, if he is a loose person, then he will reveal to anyway because you're not 24/7 in that inside.
Okay, yeah, I understand.
So it depends upon that how loose or how strong the person is. But your point is right. There is a possibility that people may reveal some secret to each other because there is a potential here actually. Yes, but yes, I understand, and this need to be addressed.
Understood.
The confidentiality must be addressed because there is a more higher chances because when you go to home, because the environment is not related to that, chances of revealing is less because there is no related people there. But in the office, people are related. And when casual conversation, the things may be shared if the person
Yes,
is not very like
I understand.
yeah, so point is taken because this is a very important point, and that could be the top of the head because if a non-compliance happen, it will be very severe penalties or very severe losses can come to the organization. The confidential information handled after the changes. Yes, a lack of collaboration between team members across product line and duplicacy of the effort may not be reduced. Okay, you are saying despite their coming back, the duplicacy of the efforts may not be reduced. Okay. Conflict between the functional manager and the project manager. Yes. The standard matrix related problems will anyway come. Additionally, confidentiality related issue will come. Governance related issue will come. As you saying, what we are looking for efficient and low cost, reducing the effort, it may not be there. Okay, fair enough. I think good points. And but I think my things are over. So mm, I can have a question answer session now. Let
So,
me.
Vivek, there are a couple
Yeah,
of questions already
there are a couple
posted.
of questions I know they're bound to be.
I held them back till we complete the session, so I
Okay,
kept them.
okay.
So let me go up to the beginning.
When a
Such
PM handles multiple projects at the same time, what
yeah,
structure would they categorize under? No, no. It's not about how many project a PM is handling. It's about what kind of organization structure. Organization structure does not depend upon how many project PM is handling. Organization structure will remain the same, even PM handle one project or two project, three project. Organization structure will be same for all three projects. So organization structure is defined by the management and not by the PM generally, right? So project organization structure will be same, whatever it is, whatever it is. You can't change it actually. So which one is better for a PM? As in functional organization, PM does not have the control. As I said, I just explained that how you are winner when, irrespective of which kind of the organization structure is, if you can exploit the advantage and address the disadvantage, you will come out as winner.
there's one more question at the beginning where Satish Pandiji has asked.
Okay.
Do you think the distributed SBU model is more suitable for PM than a centralized model?
Okay. Do you think distributed SBU model is more suitable for PM than a centralized model? Actually, it depends upon what kind of projects are. And very simply, I say for a PM, always it is the more projectized if it is not fully projectized, more projectized uh, structure generally favor project managers. So more projectized structure is better the PM will be. But lot of things cannot be addressed by more projectized organization. That's why people go for matrix organization. Reporting and working structure is like silos. Yes, that's true. Okay, what is that? So which one is better? I said, I feel the biggest problem is the mindset. Okay, that is the response of that.
The last question at the bottom. How the
Okay.
KPIs
How the KPI of functional team and project team are managed in matrix organization. Yeah, see, the KPI of functional organization is very simple, that how much new technology you are developed and how many resources you are able to produce and what kind of work they are performing. And many times they also have an P&L, a shadow P&L responsibility. Because generally profit and loss responsibility lies with the project organization. That is not functional, but the project team. But a shadow P&L also goes with the functional. Functional also has to see what kind of profitability their department is making by doing. They can also do projects, and they can also like exploit the new technologies and bring more projects on that. So they also have a profit and loss kind of accountability as such.
for
So there
them?
are many KPIs, but matrix organization often have KPIs overlapping between project and functional, and that creates generally a problem. So I will say whatever the KPI you define, see that they should not competing with each other, but collaborating with each
Well said. Because very often you have the functional manager or the competency manager, skill manager responsible for revenue also, which is very difficult for them.
Yeah, it's difficult actually. So we call it shadow. It's not on balance sheet of the balance sheet. Okay, so any other thing? That's all. Conflict between functional and project manager, that will always be there. And matrix is bound to be there.
Yes, I have a question.
Yes.
So I'm a beginner, so kindly accept my ignorance if I sound
Your
stupid.
questions are very mature, so I I feel you are.
Yeah. So from the way I interpret your message.
Yeah.
Project-based organization is similar to our current IT-enabled service industry. So it's a service sector where the projects are not homogeneous, but they are each and every project is unique. So the employees really have to go through a skill conversion system where they have to upgrade themselves based on the project that is available. So a functional organization, on the other hand, their project will be more similar to one another. So they are specialized, more specialized. So they don't necessarily have to have a skill conversion. So all the manufacturing sector falls into those places, as well as educational institutions. Uh, since you mentioned the head of the department, that's why it came to my mind. So every educational institution is a functional organization then, because they have only one goal. Each and every department has a HOD, and they have to train their students in those relevant fields. So projects are hard to come by in colleges. So they won't there are very few interdisciplinary projects in which a functional organization will work on.
Okay, so I will say institutions also have a matrix influence. You will see that though each department has to train the students in their own skill, but there are registrar and there are other groups. There are other who takes care of the course. There is a owner of the course. Yeah, if there is a course, there is a owner of the course, and that his responsibility it is to run this course through all these departments. So there
Okay.
is a matrix influence there. Maybe
Yeah,
we can say weak matrix.
yes, I failed to see that point. Yes, that is true.
So because otherwise the course will not be successful, and that will be a disaster actually
Yeah, true.
for the
A
institution.
single person will teach the course across multiple domains as well. That is true. And so, in case of a functional organization, the projects, since we are saying that they are a functional organization, they will be working towards a product. That's my assumption. Am I right in assuming that? They are not a service based industry, but they are more like a product based industry. So that's why they are structured in such a way.
So functional organizations are quite good for the operation type of thing. Like you are making soaps or you are making cars.
Yes.
Like you are having mass production. The functional organization is absolutely perfect. But when you are manufacturing based on customer requirement, then it is a project, and functional organizations are generally not very efficient and in fact inefficient.
Yes, I understand. So when each and every project changes drastically, then this you cannot find the relevant skilled people on time, and you cannot hire and fire at will. So
No, not
yeah,
hire and fire. In functional organization, hire and fire is low actually. The problem is there is no owner of the project. Nobody takes care of the project. Everybody does its own part, and it's flowing its own pace. Nobody knows when it will get delivered.
I understand that's a serious issue. Yes, I will
Look,
definitely reflect upon what we have discussed today.
look
Yes.
at it from a different analogy.
Oh
The
yeah,
organization,
please.
the operations, what we talk about, their objective is to maintain status quo. All these operations, organizations, when we talk run operations. What is the objective of a project? To fulfill a change, fulfill a trigger change, and be a change agent. So here is the contrast, different conflicting views which we have to live with. This is the challenge.
Current challenge is time. We are already exceeding 5 minutes more. So we can always discuss, and you can write to us, and we will be happy to respond or even talk over the phone. We'll be very happy to address if there is any issue anywhere. We keep addressing these things. Thank you very much to all of you for coming over here, sparing your time and showing your trust to us. That's what our energy come from. So please keep coming and keep listening to us. We will try to bring more interesting topic for you. Thank you very much, and staying a little longer than required. Sorry for that. I think we'll try to be on time from next. Thank you very much.